leave Ghana in the first place for the States?
I left Ghana primarily for family and personal reasons. That was originally why I left.
Yeah.
Family, new child, so I had to relocate.
Oh, sweet.
So that's what originally took me outside Ghana.
So how many children now?
I have a child. I have one child.
Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet.
I have a child.
Any plans of adding like 9 more?
Yeah, not 9. Definitely not 9. Definitely not 9, but a few more.
A few more. Maybe like 8?
Maybe like 3.
No. Why don't we just negotiate? Let's make it 5.
I would do that.
Yeah, 5 is good.
Maybe I'll pop 3 at a time and pop twins, triplets and twins. And
that works.
We call it a day.
We call it a day. That works. That works.
Sharp.
I know you lead a team called the Inside LLC. What's Inside LLC?
Oh, Inside LLC is... Where do I begin?
From the top.
It's a company that's trying very, very much, to bridge the gap. It was originally, that's what when we started, that was our intention, to basically bridge the gap between, of course, Ghana and the United States.
Yeah.
The reasons why we started off as such is, in order for you to make any type of vibrance, any type of noise, any type of be part of any inclusion, you need to basically let the people over there know who you are.
Exactly.
And as Ghanaians, we tend to be amongst ourselves even when we are not in Ghana. You don't tend to see us a lot mixed with other cultures when we get there, which is, usually what the issue is. Because if you are trying to be a part of, an inclusion, then you basically have to do things with people. But that's how originally we began. And as we speak now, companies like our Inside and other companies and even government initiatives have helped bridge the gap properly. That's why you have things like Your Return. You have people basically knowing Ghana much more, trying to come here and find out a lot about us, which is good. And now that we have that, Inside is basically making them know that we just much more than you see. There's this, there's that, there's this. So that's what's basically Inside is.
And I gather from my little read that I did that you're into a lot of stuff, from events to collaborations with musicians and stuff. You just mentioned Beyond the Return. For somebody who's out there, what do you make of an initiative like that?
First of all, it's a great initiative. It is a great initiative. Especially if you look left, look right at other nations, they don't have, or they do not have such an initiative in place right now. So it is great, especially trying to let people outside, specifically African Americans, know that, hey, come back home. We want you home. We want you to participate in this country. We want you to feel like if you want any place else apart from America or wherever the diaspora you might find yourself, and that's a great initiative. However, I feel you cannot do that and not, make, for lack of better words, make people realize it much more. Like people coming from where I'm coming from do not know much more of this Beyond the Return you speak of.
Okay.
What they do know about is Afro Nation.
Yeah.
They know that, in Ghana there's going to be Afro Nation in December. They know there's going to be another one called Afro Challenge. They know about events happening.
They know about events happening.
However, they do not know about such an initiative where all these events fall underneath.
Okay.
What you mentioned is like the home of all these events. You cannot have an event here in December without having, the Beyond the Return initiative be a part or be aware of. So I feel like if that is the case, then they should be known much more than the events happening, don't you think?
Yeah, you do have a point there. Is it something you're considering approaching them? See how best you can partner, probably take up the marketing of it out there to the world, make it more visible?
That's part of the reasons why we got here. We realized that's Inside that, as much as most of the things that began with my journey began here home, everything that we've been doing back home back home in America has not really caught on here with the people here. So part of the reasons why we took this trip is to let people and the general public, the Ghanaian people, know about Inside. Because what a lot of Ghanaian people do not recognize is us back home in America or us outside in Germany, in the UK, in every part outside Ghana, all what we do is stay concentrated on what's happening in Ghana. We do not watch anything where we live. Most of us do not watch the news there. We watch everything Ghana, from Joy News. Certain people have it live on YouTube constantly. They do not turn it off because a lot of us don't want to feel like we've left home.
Yeah.
You know, so only if people here knew that all we do is watch them, they would do much more, like, you know, to let them be aware that, hey, we're watching you. And maybe they will, you know, add much more things than add more differently. Exactly. Might widely open, if, you know, for lack of better words.
I like that idea. So what kind of events have you been involved in over there that is trying, you know, events that put Ghana out there, you know?
You know, like you said, we try to not just focus on just one industry or one department. So some of the things that we've done have, like, is from, you know, brand like basically just making the brand known.
Yeah.
Basically
brand visibility.
Brand visibility. Thank you very much. Also to concerts, to, like, you know, models, to basically, we try to touch on each and every single thing. We work with government agencies here. We work with Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA, you know, to try and also, because like you said earlier, we don't just want one part to feel like that's all we concentrated on, but the ones that everybody knows us for are our concerts, because that's what brings a lot of people in the room. And from concerts, when we started, like I began earlier, I realized, or the company realized, that in order to get any type of recognition, you need to put value in whatever it is that you're doing.
Exactly.
You understand? You cannot have anything mediocre in the world's capital and expect people to be aware of it. True. That's how we began. So we decided to go big, and by big, that's how we bought value for ourselves. So, you know, we did what, I mean, up until today is Ghana's first biggest concert that we had in modern times. We had that, which was the Afrobeats to the World. We had that in 2019. We had that at the PlayStation Theater in Manhattan. We made sure that we took a place where people in America play concerts too. We didn't take a place where obviously that's where we think we need to be. We took a place where everybody, anybody in this modern day music, you know, plays that. You started there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we started.
And how was patronage?
It was great, because we just didn't start with a great venue. We started with also a great lineup of artists. What we had Kiddy, Kwame Eugene, Daco Vibes, as you mentioned earlier, Efia, R2Bs, you know, Medical, a wide range of artists. We also gave a lot of chance to up-and-coming Ghanaian artists that reside in America who are also trying to do music and crossover. So, yes, the patronage was there. You know, it was a bit lackey because a lot of people prior to that have spoke about doing concerts like that, and it really never really turns out. So the patronage, where we lacked it, was the belief. Certain people did not come up until the last minute, because you would not believe that
it was actually going to happen.
Up until 12, people were still lined up. Wow. Because it's day off that a lot of people realize that, oh, it's actually true. All these artists are here, and they're going to actually play in this, which is what we lack. It's part of the things, you know, the belief system, and that's where we lack in the patronage.
So that is one challenge. Let us bring it home to the artists. How difficult has it been, or interesting, or fun, or easy has it been working with Ghanaian artists? Because a lot of promoters have complained about some of our
Mr. George. You just want to flip it on me, huh?
No, I don't want to. We've got to say that it is, so everybody learns.
It's everything that you're saying. You know, it has every part of what you're saying: the joy, the nice parts, the learning parts. But, you know, the difficult parts and the negative parts kind of outweigh the good parts, you know, and it's not, I used to early on say it's not the issue of the artist, you know, but as time has gone on, I now say part of it is the artist, you know. In anything that's in any endeavor, in any type of job that you do, it's very important to surround yourself with people that know much more about the job.
What you're doing,
You know, people who want to advance what you're doing. You know, you cannot surround yourself with people who are just learning what you're doing, just as you are learning what you're doing. It shifts everything, which is where the problem lies. You know, the staffing of some of these artists, and even themselves not being able to sometimes understand contracts, sometimes obliged by how contracts work. You know, those are the issues, because if you, George, go around multiple artists, about 80% right this very second, and ask them if they have contracts between them and their managers, it will be no. You understand? And that's where the difficulty lies.
The problem starts
because if there's not a proper, even acknowledgement between manager and artist, then how will then artists cross over to work with people who are not here? The reasons why we don't acknowledge issues like that here is because Ghana is like a hub. We almost know each other. You understand? So by the time the artist is on, the manager, whoever is managing or the label already knows somebody in me. So it's kind of shuns the importance of, really making an agreement between whoever your staff will be, whether it be your PA, whether it be your manager, whether it be your security, which are all the type of jobs that, are included in this thing that we do. And the reasons why I mention that is because anytime we have any type of issues or any type of hiccups, it's coming from the way of staffing. Because if you have a correct team around you, you would acknowledge certain things. Not to say everybody lacks it. The few people that have a great team around them, it's evident. You see how well they're doing. That's how comes we have only just a few artists representing us outside.
Globally.
You understand? We have about 7 artists that were discovered this year from Nigeria. All of them have global presence.
Wow.
Just this year. How many number can we count for our people? If let's just be honest amongst ourselves. The same people who were representing us about 5 years ago are the same people headlining us. You have a few heads pop up, of course, but that's not strong. If your neighboring country has just in 2022 7 representatives in music alone, and not just in music, in other departments too, like in sports, in acting, in several things, which are all things that people enjoy overseas, globally. People, the eyes of the world is concentrated at this very moment here, West Africa specifically. This central place is where the eyes of the world is watching. And if just the people here acknowledge and realize that, they will do much more to see or to be, acknowledged as people are watching us right now. Afrobeats is the biggest genre as we speak right now. And you and I know Afrobeats is from here. It's not from any Nigeria.
Oh, definitely it is. It's part of a conversation we're about to have later on today on this show. A major conversation is going to be with cataloging our stuff. Because, look, the next generation is going to grow up not knowing that Afrobeat started from here because somebody else would have cataloged it as theirs already. Because we don't put it down. If to date we have a debate as to whether or not Reggie Rockstone started hip life, there's a problem there.
Which there shouldn't be a debate.
There shouldn't be a debate because we could have immortalized Reggie Rockstone by now.
Exactly.
You understand? We could have made him larger than life.
Exactly.
Because if somebody goes on Google to look for Reggie Rockstone, the father of hip life, that is a plus for Ghana.
It is.
But if we don't
the
see
whole
it
genre
way,
beginner, he began a whole entire genre. People will argue about it. Yes, there were other stakeholders that took a part, but if we're talking about the most vibrant person that made a change in Ghana music at that time, it's Reggie Rockstone. You can't argue it. And like you're saying, it needs to be known.
Yeah. Properly catalogued and documented.
A 12-year-old who began music right now should know that the godfather of the music they're trying to pursue is Reggie Rockstone. Exactly. Anyway,
are you making a lot of money?
Money, we are at this very moment investing a lot of money. But yes, returns, okay. We break even when we need to break even. But Inside's main focus right now, for at least the first 10 years, is not to be about money.
Yeah.
In order to make correct money, you need to be able to be inside an establishment. Reasons for our name Inside. We want to be a part of the establishment in America. So that's the reasons why we pay attention to our catalog. We've worked with over 30 Ghanaian artists, and we want to keep on working with all type of artists. And all type of brands too. Awesome. We don't just include this very show where we have in, which we'll speak of, a little later, has even dancers in it. It has artists, it has poets. We want to explore Ghana entirely. We just don't want it to be about musicians. Next year we intend to take social media stars, people, because a lot of eyes are on them. You could go to certain social media pages and you see 1 million views.
Yep.
You see 2 million views. And if you look at the algorithm, about just 25% is from Ghana. The remaining is from overseas, which means eyes are looking at them from overseas. We want to bring all those people there.
You did mention your next project. Give us a bit more, throw a bit more light on that for us.
So our very next project is Ghana to the World Part 2.
Ghana to the World.
Ghana to the World Part 2.
Sounds good.
You know, we did Part 1 last year, in October last year. We did it also, like I said earlier, at the Terminal 5, which is, you could Google it, is a monumental venue that nobody from these parts of the world has played a concert there at the time with which we played. And just like the first time, we made sure that we packed our lineup. So we took the entire Asaka Boys last year. We took Yao Tog, we took Kofi Jamal, we took Miss V, we took Wendy Shea, who was, you know, very, very good. And like, just as the first time, we made sure we arted some of the, you know, local artists who are Ghanaian, who are trying to cross over and stuff like that. You know?
So Ghana to the World too.
But Ghana to the World 2 is what we are about to do at this very moment. And just as the first time too, we're going to do it at a much bigger venue, which will be announced soon. And we're also going to, the list is very, very pretty steep as well. This time we have multiple artists, from Mr. Drew to Sefa to Mona, to Kwamina MP, to Lloyd, Dancing Lloyd, to Afro Beast, to multiple artists. The list goes on. This time around, we have about 15 artists lined up.
Wow. How do you fund these projects?
You know, entirely for the most part has been self-funded.
Wow.
You know, because
you're a rich man.
Not so much. I worked, and me and my team, which is just my wife primarily and my family. You know, we made sure that we worked hard. I continuously worked before I just started doing this. You know, I made sure that I had like something saved. You know, and I made sure that I made a lot of relationships so that things will not cost me so much money. You know, so that I don't get to spend everything. Like all these venues I speak about, Inside has a partnership with AEG, and AEG is the second biggest, you know, events and concert company after Live Nation in America. So I made sure that I had some type of partnership with them, so that, you know, because I wanted the continuous work. I didn't just want to just do, you know, one or two. And every venue that we've done thus far has been with AEG, and we'll continue to work with AEG.
You fixed the date yet for the next Ghana to the World concert?
Yes, we're looking at November 6th. That's what we're looking at. Okay. We're looking at the next Ghana to the World to be in New York, November 6th, with all the lineup. And, you know, we're going to also announce our biggest headline, you know, as time goes on, you know.
November 6th.
November 6th.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, some of us might not be available at the time.
Oh, man, come on. I thought you were going to tell me.
No. Unfortunately,
I thought you were telling me.
But Philip might be there. Yeah,
I mean, yes,
Philip,
you
Philip
know,
might be there.
we tried because, as you're saying, we just don't want, as you said and as I said earlier, we just don't want the main headline people to be the ones who represented us. A lot of people might be watching this from overseas. Yeah. So they would want to see the likes of you be amongst them.
Yes.
You understand? Because you are an expert of ours.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's very important that we bring everybody, which is what we try to do.
We'll try to be there for the next.
Yes.
Because November 7th, I have to be in Tamale. I have an event in Tamale on November 5th. You know, so we'll
no,
see.
I mean, but
maybe if there's any change, you never know.
Yes, you never know. And like you said, Philip will be there too.
I got a jet, so it's not a problem. We can fly.
You see, I said earlier you're a big man. I said you're a big man, you know.
I ain't got nothing.
The biggest boss, you know.
You know.
Come on.
Nanabi, any final words out there? There's a kid out there who wants to be just like you. What kind of what word would you have for that kid?
Oh, man.
Because I know your 9-year-old is a model, international standard model.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
so
yes.
what message would you have for all them
people
listening out there?
Like what I would actually say, I would not actually even say to the kids, more like I would say to the parents of the kids. And if I say that, I speak to, like you were saying, my likes of kids who are between 5 and upwards and stuff like that. You know, I say that the parents should be intentional when they are raising these kids. You know, when you notice these kids have certain talents and stuff, don't try to shun it away. You know, the world as we used or we once saw it is no longer like that. It's a very open world where anything can make you, you know, an income. So when you notice a child has any type of ability, instead of trying to shun them to do what is popular, you know, you just, you know, support them. Just let them, which is what we did with our with my now 9-year-old. When she was about, 4, we noticed that she likes, she has an eye for the camera. She just, becomes like a breath of fresh air when, so we were intentional and we started just at that time, putting her on. Yeah. And as we speak right now, like you said, she is a very monumental big model for a 9-year-old, working with almost everybody from Gucci
Solid.
to Zara to Ralph Lauren.
Wow.
To multiple artists, multiple companies, and also just started doing film with Netflix. She's about to
Solid. Wow.
start or begin her new series. So yeah,
You're a proud father.
Very much, very much. If you see it or if you notice your child having some type of ability, just support them. You might just not know. You might not know. And for older people, maybe between the ages of 16 and up, you need to be intentional as well. Whatever it is that you are trying to pursue. If, and a lot of people think, sorry if I might just be adding too much, a lot of people think that maybe it's just the main things that they see is what they need to pursue, like an actor or a sports person or a musician. What a lot of people back home don't realize is there's multiple jobs that surround these major figures. So you can, be intentional and learn other things or other industries because the world is open right now. And because of the pandemic, the world is hiring from every part of the world. So if once you're good, people around the world will notice you. So be intentional in whatever it is.
Say that last line. Once you're good, the world will
notice you.
Once you're good, the world would notice you. I like that one. And that is the most important takeout for me. Once you're good, the world would notice you. Nana, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
For coming to spend your afternoon with us. We've got to have you on our regular panel. How long are you in town for?
Oh, I'm in town for an additional 5 days.
Just 5 days?
Yes, additional 5 days.
Too bad.
But if you invite me, I'll extend my stay.
Too bad. I was actually going to invite you to come see my play on 1st and 2nd October.
First and
that's far. Don't worry. But you never know. Philip can fly you down.
How about we bring your play to New York?
That sounds good. Yeah, now you're talking. Let me play music so we can talk. Listeners, thank you very much. That's Nana B right here. We're gonna go talk business. Enjoy.